And you're live. Let's see what good offers get here. Good morning. Oh, man. Well, you guys, good morning. Whoever's out there, good morning to you. Just having a little coffee here. Thought I'd do a little chat before I get my day started, get out and start doing stuff. Wait for a few more people to come on here and then I'll get a little conversation going. Hope you have a blessed day. It's Sunday. I'm been looking at some boots here. Good morning to you. Jared, what's up, Red? Hey, Jared. Oh, man, just start my day off a little late. I thought I'd get on here and see what everybody's doing rather than just make a video and post it up. It's kind of boring. I like to do the live chats so I can just kind of conversate while I'm drinking coffee here at the table and feel like you guys are here with me, But yeah, just getting up. I'm gonna do a slow start. Usually, how my day goes is I'll I'll get up, hurry up, in the morning hours, shower up, feed the dogs, let them out, and then I get up and I go to my grandfather's. Like rush, 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 go, go. But I'm starting to try to take things slower and easy, and just like when I get there, kind of like that mentality. But he doesn't eat anything this morning, so usually we go have breakfast or something. But he said no, that he's good. So I told him I'd stop by later, and I'll just visit with him probably, take some coffee creamer and stuff like that. So, but how are you doing? Oh, I got three people out there. Awesome. I send her good almost afternoon, right? Yeah, it's 9:42 a.m. here where I'm at Central Time. So you guys and gals on the East Coast line, South Carolina up there, I know you're like an hour ahead of me. So, but yeah, top of the morning to me, but afternoon for you guys. So, um, y'all want to hear a story about boots? Let me know. Or I could just start rambling, I guess. So I pretty much wear boots like 24/7. Except for right now, I got some house padded shoes. What are these called? Like morning shoes, slippers. So I usually wear boots like all the time now. I just got into it like in the probably last year and a half or so. I was wearing boots once in a blue moon, but now I just like that's pretty much what I wear. In time, it may change, and I may end up wearing tennis shoes like an old man. But for now, I'm wearing boots, and I like it. So I have a pair of, and I mainly buy Ariat boots. That's just my brand. I like it. They're affordable, they're reasonable, and they look nice. They feel good. And I buy the square toe tips, the square toe, because it gives you room in your in the boot, and you feel comfortable in it all day. You ever see a guy or know someone that wears pointy boots, and when they take them off, they're like, "Oh, my feet hurt." It's because everything's squished at the tip, and I don't like that. I know a lot of the old school uh, people that like boots, they tend to like what they grew up on, which is reasonable. It's like the guys that grew up on 45s. They like 45s still today, or the 1911s. I'm sorry, the 1911s. They just grew up on it. That's their gun. It's all metal. It's just that's them. Same thing with the boots. And so anyway, so I have like four or five, maybe five pair of boots, and no, six. And out of the six I have, two of the area boots kind of have that little pointiness to it, but that has a little square tip at the very tip of it. So it looks like there's a little bit room. It's not real pointy, but still, I don't wear those boots. And there's one pair that's real nice. I think I've worn it maybe like three times. They originally had it listed at the boot store for 200, and I think somebody maybe bought them and then came back the same day and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to wear these. It's just uncomfortable." It was kind of like you buy on the whim, on the whim of just I like, I'll take it. I've done that before too, and I'll take it back. So they marked it down to 150. Well, they had a promotional deal going on. Like if you go to the website and you download this or get this code or whatever, you get $20 off. I was like, oh, shit, $20 off from 150. I paid 130 with taxes. I walked out at 140 and some change. So I still think I got a good deal, right? Versus paying the 150, it would have been 160 and some change. So anyway, I wore them a couple times, not too much. And I'm checking messages because people are asking me about the damn boots right now. So cool, I'll message you. Church. Hang on. Oh, let me just mess. And so I had them listed a while back because most of the boots that are selling that are decent, nice boots like mine, people are listing them between 125 and 150. I got four people. Are awesome. We're talking about boots, selling boots and stuff. And so most people list the boots like mine, and mine are pretty nice compared to some of the other ones I've seen. They're listing them at 125 to 150, right? And so I thought, okay, I'll do 125 because you know I'm getting most of my money back, but they're still getting a good deal because I only wore it like three times, and I took a lot of pictures of the sole around it. I said no scratches, no rips, no tours. Wore three times. I mean, I gave them good pictures, and they're nice. And so I've been back and forth with a couple of people, and the funny thing is, if you're gonna make an offer to someone, if you want a will and deal, make sure you have money, make sure you have cash. Let me read this. There's a good app timer for shooting. It's free called an app timer for shooting. Okay, I'll come back to that ice center just so I don't get sidetracked. So the thing is that I've been wearing Wolverines. Yeah, man. You just once you wear boots, it's like you fall in love. It's like a guy that goes from to a truck. They'll never want to go back to a car. 99% for sure, a guy will not go from a car to a truck and then back from a truck to a car. They ain't happening. Scott, hello, AM Philosophy. Hey, good morning. Yeah, we're talking about boots. My boots are Harley Davidson. Yeah, whether they're Harley boots, whether they're work boots, steel toe boots, casual boots, which is mainly what I wear, dancing boots, people like their boots. A lot of people will go into the idea that, oh, boots are cool. They go buy them, they wear them like one time, and then that's it. I've seen people do that. In fact, I bought my first pair online from a guy locally. Um, didn't even look like he was in the country. I think it was one of those whim, like my friends are wearing boots and they go to the country dance, and so I'm gonna buy a pair. But he's like, I wore them one time, and I got a good deal on those, man. I think I paid $40, and I still have them. They're like casual slash work around type of boots. They're Ariats. They don't make them anymore. They have more of a rounder tip, or at least I haven't seen them. But anyway, back to my story. Um, I list the boots at 125 because I figure I'll get most of my money back. They're good boots, so I'm pricing them at a good price. They're paying still a little cheaper than what they would have paid had they gone to the store like me. And all they have to do is just show up, right? And again, if you're going to make an offer to someone, whether it's for guns, trucks, boots, items, whatever, make sure you have money. There's nothing more disheartening when somebody's trying to wheel and deal with you and you actually come to their price or come close to it, and then they're like, well, uh, let me get back to you. I got to see if I can get the money. I'm like, what are we doing here? I mean, if you're going to ask me to come down lower, then you better damn well sure you have the money. Don't be wasting my effing time. Sorry, I want to tell you a good story. Five people. And so I've had several people message me saying, that, I hate wasting time. I hate bunch of messages back and forth, and then it leads to nothing, right? They'll go like this. They'll either say they'll ask me questions, we'll go back and forth, and then they're like, well, what's the least amount you'll take, right? And I'll say an amount, and then they'll say lower amount. Like for instance, if I have it listed for 125, I'll say 100, and they're like, oh, all I can do is 80, and I'm like, really, and then I'll test them. I'll come up and say, okay, you know, $85. You come my way. You come close to my house. I'm not going to say, what's up, Midas? Let me read some of these comments here before I lose track. Can you hold it till Friday? Yeah, Jared. If you were here in town and I knew you, yes, I'll be like, yeah, Jared wants them. I'll hold them. I find them try to buy doing the bait and switch technique by agreeing to price. Then when they show up, yes, I'm going to get to that, Scott. Yes, you're right. So the thing is, and we're talking about Boots, Midas, and Willing and Dylan. Remember the Craigslist story you told me about the TV and how fucking people are just scumbags and they want to lower the price for you? That's what we're talking about. I'm trying to sell some boots because I got some boots that I don't wear. Anyway, because I want to go buy me some more square toe boots. So, so what's happening is that we go back and forth, right? And then I find myself when I meet them at their price. For example, now I have it listed at 100, from 125 to 100, because I thought I just need to get some money for them because they're sitting in a box. I'm not wearing them. Probably never going to wear them. So I'm like, I'll just take a hit for them, whatever. So I got it now listed at $100. And again, I'm getting people contacting me. What's the lowest you do? Will you take 80? And I'm thinking, okay, you're coming down $20 from my original price. I'm gonna up you $5. What's $5? What's $5? From 125 to 100 to now, you want to give me 80. I up you 5. I didn't even say meet me in the middle like at 90. I said, okay, I'll do 5. If they're serious, I'll up them and say $85. You got a deal, but you come my way. Meaning you come like down the block from where I live. I'm not gonna invite them to my house, but I'm like, meet me at the local whatever convenience store, Dairy Queen, Burger King, whatever. Just meet me down the street, and then nothing. And I'm like, you got what you wanted. You said you wanted this price. I came as close as I can do it, and I always tell my wife, I just entertain them sometimes just to see, because again, don't open your mouth, don't make an offer if you don't have the cash. If you got to go ask your girlfriend, your wife, go take a loan out from the bank, go collect money from different people to come up with money. You don't have the money. Don't even open your mouth. If you said, hey, look, I got to go to my bank and get the money, I can meet you at 3 o'clock today. Okay, fine. But I'm saying if you don't have the money and you know it's going to take you a couple days to get it, don't even will and deal. Don't even waste my time. And that's what happens is that you get people that waste your time. They go back and forth, back and forth. I got people that have messaged me and then out of the blue just stopped. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I don't know if I was thinking about it, I thought, okay, what if I initiated a deal and then got the price to what I want and then told my wife or friend, hey, message this guy and see if you can get lower, and then they work together. That's what I'm thinking. Let me read some comments. Why did they ask what the least amount is if they're going lower? LOS. Yes, and then Scott, you mentioned about I've had people, not the boots, but like other stuff. Um, like let's say when I take Max walking, we'll go by a baseball field sometimes, and so little by little I'll start collecting baseballs that fall in the creek and around the brush outside of the field. And usually when I get like a good 12 or 15 of them, I'll post them up for like $10 or something, like 50 cents a ball. Because it's free to me, and I figure it's going to go to somebody that's in baseball with their kids. And usually it's the same story. It's a guy saying, "Yeah, I got volunteered to coach a little league, and this helps me out because you go buy the brand new ball, you're looking at easily, depending on where you go, $3 to $5 for a brand new leather ball, and most of them just need it for practice and hit them because when they show up to the games, they have the official balls that the umpire issues out or whatever, or the team buys it, a few of them. So this helps everybody out. Hey, everybody, Scott, not Scott, but Scotsman. We're talking about boots, man, and people selling and haggling people prices, and then when you show up, and Scott, to your thing is, I've had this happen once, twice, maybe, where somebody will show up and they're like, we agree on price, right? Hey, I've come down. Usually that's what happens is they'll hag you because they want to see what's the best deal I can get. I get it. You want the best deal. I want the best deal, but we have to meet in the middle because at the same time, I'm losing out a little bit of what I want, and then I'm having to meet you and set time aside in my day to sell this, and so are you. But you want it, right? I'm selling it. You want it. Supply and demand. And I've had people like one of my art projects, baseball, even like an old AC unit, not an old one, but an AC unit my daughter wasn't using anymore. Um, ask me all as soon as I get there. We take 60 instead of the 65 that we agreed on. He wanted to haggle me for $5. I'm like, nope. I said, I already came down from 75. We agreed on 65. He's like, okay, let me go buy an ice cream for my kid. I'm like, dude, have your money ready. Don't hate that. If you're going to be professional, be business, you want me to treat you right and not, do you wrong. First of all, make sure you have the money before you haggle. And when you show up, make sure you have the exact change. I'm not a bank. I'm not going to come down lower because you decided to wait till the last minute, didn't bother to stop at the store and get some change. It just pisses me off. I know my friend Midas said he had a issue too with somebody haggling him, and it's just like it just pisses me off. And it's like people, they and people are selfish. They don't think about inconveniencing other people. They're just like, I want to make it convenient for me. If it's good for me, then that's all I care about. Instead of just saying, hey, you know what? This guy's offering this much. Let me see and throw. Because everybody wants to do the Gas Monkey Garage deal. They want to be like Richard Rollins and go up and like, okay, 75,000. We take 50,000. No, I can't do that. Okay, come up. Come up a little bit more. Okay, we do 60. No, let's meet in the middle. Let's do 65, 500. Everybody wants to do that. And I get it. Everybody wants the best deal. Do your research. When it comes to the baseballs, I'm selling at 50 cents a ball. Go price them and see what they cost. I have to put that in my ad so people know, hey, brand new, you're going to pay this much. And they're good condition balls. They're not ripped or anything like that. I try to put that in there because I know people don't read and they don't research. They just like, oh, you take $5 on a $20 item. Like, dude, you're not a Gas Monkey Garage. You're not Richard Rollins. So the latest one this morning, back and forth. Supposedly meets one, possibly two guys today that want the boots. I want to look at it. This guy messaged me this morning, and he says, "Hey, are they still towed?" And I said, "No." He said, "Are they available?" I said, "Yes." We're back and forth, and I'm like, I just woke up. I'm like, I want to respond because I'm like, if I can do a deal, it always comes down to price, of course. And the latest guy this morning was like, what's the best price you do? And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. It's the same story. So I'm like, you know what? I'm throwing it back in your court. I said, what's the best price you can do? And he goes, the best price I can do is 75, right? I'm thinking, and I'm like, we're back and forth. And he's like, well, and I said, if you can do $75 by 10 o'clock, that was an hour ago. I said, you have a deal, right? Because I want to test them. Like, number one, if you have the money, you'll say yes. If you're serious about it, you'll jump on that deal and say, man, he'll take $75 if I go right now. Let me get ready. Let me get ready and get my wallet. Well, he's like, well, I got to go to church. I can't meet you till after church. And that's the best I can do. It's 75. And I said, okay. I said, let's do that. I said, let's meet in the middle. I'll hold them for you. I give you my word. That means if somebody else calls, I'm going to tell them, nope, I'm supposed to meet. I can meet you this afternoon late. That way, if this guy doesn't show up, I can still try to work another one. And let's meet in the middle. We'll do 80 even, and I'll hold them for you for $5. I'm coming up $5 from your. I'm coming up actually 20. You're coming down $25 from my original offer. I'm coming up $5 more. What's $5? I don't know what it is, but $5 like kills the deal. Somebody will say, "Hey, we take 80." I say 85 kills the deal. You know, for some reason they will not budge. I don't understand it. I'm like, $5, dude. You're gonna let some nice pair of boots go for $5. And in the end, to be honest with you, I'm losing out. I'm going to be the lose out guy on this one because number one, I'm getting less than what I originally wanted. I had a guy that actually offered me 80 twice, two different times. I'm like, no. I'm like, because you try to hold on to your guns, but you get to the point, it's like, I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting tired. Yes, they'll sit there, but at the same time, like, I want to move the boots. I want to move them so I can either buy some more boots or buy something else. At this point, I'm just like getting exhausted. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the other guy will show up, give me what I want and or close to it, and they're done. So let me read some of these comments here real quick. Let me go back up. Give me a minute, guys. Because I want to see what some of you guys are saying out there. What's up, brother? Boots and coffee with red. Why did they ask what the least amount? Yes. Yep, the Craigslist hagglers. Yeah, fuckers. Not you, Midas. They don't want to pay the money and they want you to do it all legwork. Fucking yep. I'm sure you get that a lot, Matt Midas in the working club, man. They want to help you even on that. That's why I'll give them stuff to charity and use the tax deduction instead of dealing with the asshole. Not worth the stress. Yep. Good option. Morning, brother. Red at work. Just stop by and say hi. Yeah, there's a Max. That's enough. Donating is always good, and then submitting your tickets is always good. It's just cash is king. Cash is king. Anybody that's offered cash tax free, why not? But that is a good option, is to just donate it. But I'd hate to just donate it and be like, man, I want the cash because I can go buy something else. I have to wait for tax deduction next year, the following year. And then even then, it takes a little while to get that money back. So it's like cash now or wait a year from now, unless it's the end of the year already. Let's see, that's one. Let me go down here. Good option. Morning, Brother Red at work. Just stop it. Okay, Scotsman. I hope you're still there. If you are, cheers. Scotsman morning. Hey, Scotsman, my ass. What's up? Let me go down. I'm almost done, bro. I send it. Yeah, if someone that can't do in-person cash sale, it's probably not a real deal. Yep. Do you write serious inquiries only? Price firm. Yes, I do. I'm very detailed now because I know going through what I go through. The first thing, I'll be very specific in my city area. XYZ city. Must meet me here. Price is firm. Details on the boots. I list all the possible things that may become an issue, or somebody may say, "Will you meet me in, south or north or west or whatever, or what's the lowest price?" The funny thing is, even when you say price firm at this amount, you still get what's the lowest you'll take, and it's like they don't even read it. They don't even care. It's like when you put no soliciting sign in front of your window or your front door, you'll still be you'll still get people. And you know what I've said? I said, see what that says, and they're like, oh, I didn't even see it because you didn't read it, you didn't pay attention. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking people, man. I'm like, society, it's just sometimes it's just at a loss, man. Stop by to say good morning. Hey, Mr. Tommy, cash that check for 2,000 so they can for 100. Let's see exactly what happened. Sender, do you write serious? Yeah. So anyway, that is my morning chat, rant, whatever you want to call it, topic that I wanted to talk about with you guys this morning. I'm gonna still be here for a little bit, so don't leave. I lost a few people already. Mm, gonna go see Grandpa later. Let's see. The lowest price is $5. More stupid tax. The Joe info. Yeah, man. Like I said, everybody wants a good deal. Who doesn't want a good deal? Who doesn't want to be that guy that walks like, man, that guy had listed for like $20. I got it down to $3, man. I won that. It's meeting people in the middle most of the time. Sometimes it's like, hey, you know what? This is my price. I have to make a profit on it. I always leave a little bit of room for negotiation. Like when I do my projects, I haven't sold anything recently. I haven't made anything either. But I always know there's that $5 to $15 window that I like. Okay, I'll try to be open there, but $5, maybe 10 is my limit that I don't like that I like to keep it at, because otherwise you're just doing it for free. And Midas, I'm sure you can attest to this, that when you quote a job, you're quoting it based on the materials used, your time and skill, and then you need to be able to make a profit. So I need to be able to recoup my money back that I spent on materials, pay for my hourly work and my skill and my tools and my saws, whatever, electricity, and then I have to be able to like have some profit in my pocket to say this is the money that I made from the profit deal. So I got paid for the work, which is my money. I got reimbursed for the materials that I can use for the next job, and then I actually made some money. Someone told me that whatever you spend on materials, whatever you spend at the store to make whatever it is you're going to do, you take that number and you multiply it times 300, and that covers your reimbursement, your labor and cost, materials or tools, whatever you use, and then your profit that you get to keep in your pocket. So I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know how you do it, Midas. You don't have to tell me out here on social media, but that's kind of what the rule of thumb I go by. So. Uh, Hey, Inside. Yeah, I was just talking about boots earlier and selling some boots I have and haggling and come at this much, you come there, we'll meet in the middle. Let's split the difference. I see that on TV. I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, how many times have they rehearsed that, or do they even talk about? Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this price. You come at me at this price. Just follow my lead. Okay, it's for TV. And then you come back at this price. I come back at that price, and then we settle up on the middle. Okay, that worked for you. Okay, good. All right, and action. you know, I think because I thought when I first started watching that show, Gas Monkey Garage, I was like, oh man, I was like, that's so cool. It's like I wish I could do that, man. I wish I could go into the store like, Walmart or wherever and be like, hey, you know what? Um, you know, hey, you have this jacket here listed. How about I give you $5 for it? And then they come up, and then I go back down, and we come up, and we just go back and forth until we like, boom, Gas Monkey Garage. Like, woo! Doesn't work like that, man. In the back and ready for the next job. Let's see. Let me go back up. This is info. I said, as funny as it, my brother called me some years ago, and I had to tell him to run away from the deal. LOL. Inside, that works in some situations depends on the difficult level of the labor. I Midas. Yeah, Midas. I'm sure, like if someone said, hey, can you quote me on this price? Can you quote me a price for knocking down my fence and replacing it with a new fence? And you said, I'm just going to say, for example, you said, you know, $700 to knock it down, pull out the posts, put new concrete, put new everything, haul off the stuff, and you quoted them $700. Let's just play with me here, Midas. And then I said, okay, well, how about I knock it down? I knock down the fence. I haul it off myself. Break up the concrete there so you can pour some new, and we'll settle at $500. To me, that would be that would be worth it, because I'm saying, hey, I'm going to take some of the labor off of you. So you don't have to hassle and come. That's going to save you a day or so job wise, or half a day from having to knock it down and then having to haul it off, break up the old concrete that's there so you can pour some new. You might look at it and say, you know what, that's not a bad deal. You know what, and then you may come up and say, yeah, you know what, I'll go ahead and do it for, let's say, 550. I'll not, I'll meet you somewhere. And you said, what'd you say? Yes, Fred, that happens. Yeah. So to me, that's fair. It's negotiating a deal that works for both of us. Both of us get something out of it. You're getting a job done. I'm I'm getting a little bit lower quote price because I'm going to put some work into it. And that's the thing is people like the swing I did yesterday. I got donated the swing to the lady, nice lady. She was pregnant, came in a minivan. I went out to shake her hand. She goes, "No, give me a hug." She goes, "I appreciate it so much." She goes, "You don't know how much this means to me," and this and that. And she was legit. And she had did three of the terms that I told her to do. Number one is send me some information on the event. She sent me like the web page and all bunch of information, the date. She even you know mentioned me in her post or whatever. And then and what else? And then I said, just buy me a cup of coffee. So it was like three things I'd asked her to do. She had did two of the three that I asked. And and toward the end there, I told my wife, I was like, I don't even care about the cup of coffee. It just, again, it's one of those where let's see if they agree to it. Like the boots thing, if they're serious at $80 and I say 85, they came down $20 from my original post. I'm coming up five from theirs. They still get the better deal. So I always usually throw that out there at people. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it at your price, but you're going to come my way. You come over here. And I tell them somewhere close to my house because then I know people are serious. But if people say, hey, I'll do some of the work if you come down, and that works for both people because you're saying, hey, you're saving me time and hassle. I don't have to drive across town to meet you. Um, I'll come down a little bit, but you're going to come my way on my terms. So the lady, nice lady, she said, thank you. She wanted to cry. And she said, and she told me some stuff about the event, about the auction, this and that. And I didn't even mention the coffee thing, right? Even though we were like next to a Whataburger and they were busy and shit. And she was talking about blah. And she goes, I got you a Starbucks gift card. Um, she goes, it's instead of $5, it's $10 Starbucks gift card. I was like, okay, cool. I said, thank you. And I thought, you know what? To me, she's showing appreciation, saying, hey, I'm getting the swing for free. You've been patient with me. You've met me halfway. I'm getting the better deal for my son. And she paid it. She showed her appreciation by giving me a gift card. I would have taken the $5 gift card. But to me, that makes me feel easy about the deal to say, you know what, she's getting something. I'm getting a little something out of it because it's going for a good cause. But she's also showing appreciation by saying, you know what, I know you said you wanted that cup of coffee, which is probably $2 or $3. Here's $10. Go buy a couple, at Starbucks, that's probably 2 cups of coffee, which again, I'm appreciative. It's not about the coffee. It's about knowing that you're willing to meet me halfway. Let me read somebody's comment. That works in so much level. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that is my story, and so now I'm just waiting for later today to see what happens with the boots. So, um, I'm gonna get some cash for them. If the day doesn't work out, I think I'll just be done with it. I'll pull the ad post and post it again later and start all over again, and maybe even be more detailed. So saying, please don't contact me if you don't have the money and you can't meet me on the spot within an hour. you know, it's funny because some of my artwork that I do, I've sold American flags, the wood flags, Texas American, and I had one guy that kind of gave me a hassle about the price on my flag and this and that, said some rude things, whatever. And I'm just like, sometimes you don't realize the work that goes into making something creative with wood, the painting, the glue, the nails, the having to work, the angles. Sometimes the boards don't fit right. It's time and effort, hassle. but I like doing it because it gives me some peace and calmness, and it's just at the same time I can get paid for that, right? And I just do random stuff. I don't pump out flags like every week or anything. And and then for somebody to knock down your work and say, "Oh, that's ugly," or that, I wouldn't pay that much, or nobody wants your stupid blah blah blah. It hurts a little bit because it's like that's my passion. That's what I do. I know I don't put out crap work. I've sold a bunch of flags. I've sold a bunch of patio swings, and then this fucking asshole who didn't even know how to use a damn tool saw probably can't appreciate the work that goes into that. You know, good story. Sounds like she was legit. She was Midas, and I know the other day when I did a rant on it, like days ago, and I think backcountry's like scam. You know, it did cross my mind, and it makes me think. Here I am trying to be a good guy, have some humanity in my life, to be thoughtful, but there are people out there, and that's why questions are important. Um, be detailed, make them work for it, make them come your way. Um, I'm very cautious on giving information out over the internet or giving information out on posts. I can kind of feel and adjust. I'm looking at this damn squirrel on the fence. He's just jumping from the tree to the fence, and he's chasing another squirrel. But I'm on the fence of some people, and I have a good intuition to kind of read people like, no, that shit's not legit, or something ain't right, man. That's just say what you want or not. Don't waste my time or yours. That's right, I send her. Even if it was a scam, you were honest and did a good deed. I'll bring good karma to you. Thanks, Midas. And I always read, like, let's say the Scotsman. And I've told the Scotsman, I said, man, what you've done for Mr. Holster and what's the other guy's name that's sick? I keep forgetting his name. Damn it. Somebody tell me what's his name. It did a benefit for him, a fundraiser. He's a YouTuber. C-Max. I don't know why I keep forgetting C-Max. Any update on C-Max? Anybody out there want to post something if you know him personally or just know? Um, I told this Scotsman, I said, man, what you do is just awesome, man. It's just the same thing with Bizza Rizza Jizza. He did that for his nephew. And I think about like charities like that, I always think that people go out on a limb for other people for a good reason, not because they want recognition, not because they want to be known for like, look what I did for C-Max and Mr. Holster. Uh, and some people might look at it like, well, these guys have money to buy guns. Why can't they have money to pay for the medical bills? Sometimes good people just get in need and need help from others, even if they're at a. And this is something that I don't want to say I'm dealing with, but this is something that I'm comprehending and I'm learning as a person that, yeah, even people that are at a higher financial status than you, they're human too. They get in trouble, and I know that if you're here like me and someone's in a better living condition, better finances, has more guns than you, whatever the case may be, and then you see people do benefits for them, don't look at it as well, my financial status is less than them. I have less of whatever they have that I have also. You know, they're in a better place than me. Why are people helping them? Or, why should I help when I make less money than that guy and have less guns or whatever? Don't look at it like that. Look at it as, hey, what's going to a good cause. He's a good guy. Things happen to good people. It's shitty. You know, um, I'd like to think that if I was in need and somebody did a fundraiser for me, that people would come together and say, you know what, I'm going to help right out, even if it's $1, even if it's $2. Um, I don't ask for your money. I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for your pity party or anything like that. But good things happen to good people sometimes. I mean, bad things happen to good people sometimes. It's just life. But for you guys that have donated out there, I think that's awesome. And to me, that kind of inspires me to say, you know what? I have good fortune in my life. Um, I'm blessed from time to time. My mom would just be like, "Hey, son, I put some money in your account. You're a good kid. You're a good son. You never gave me any hassle. I never have any issue with you and your brother. It's usually your sisters that give you the grief because, I don't know, the girls are just more dramatic. Not all the girls or women out there. Don't get offended. and uh, and uh, and like I went last week to go get a temporary crown. I have to go back in about a week or so to get the permanent one on. The dentist found a cavity back there, and he's like, "You know what? I found a cavity." He goes, "I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it now, no charge." And even though I have insurance, I would have just paid a copay. I'm thinking, you know what? I need to pay it forward because this dentist, he's helped me out before. When my filling fell out 2 weeks ago, or about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I went for my dentist checkup, my scheduled one. He's like, "Hey, you know what? We're going to take care of it, no charge," because I paid for that, right? For whatever reason, it fell out. I don't know what the practice is if he does that, or if it's the first refilling is free or not. A lot of F's in there. So I have to remind myself when good things happen to me, I need to pay it forward. Um, and I guess that's a message for you guys out there: is that when good things happen to you or people pay it forward to you, um, pay it forward to somebody else. If it's a cup of coffee, if it's a cup of coffee and a breakfast sandwich, a taco, maybe somebody's meal, maybe just holding the door open, you know, because then that gives other people hope that, what, there is humanity out there. There is still kindness. There's still peace and love in the world. And we're all human. We can all be shitty. We can all be assholes from time to time, including Red. And but the thing is, as long as you recognize that and you try to correct that to be a better person tomorrow, that's a good thing. So let's see. Scotsman did a video update. Okay, I need to go to Scotsman after this and find that video and get the update. So I think you told me the other day, Scott, and I still hadn't gone. I get tied up. Last night, me and the wife went out to a local outdoor patio bar slash club, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's more just open. I don't know how things are in other states, but like in Texas, there's a lot because it's so hot here. There's a lot of venues that do like the outdoor patio with ceiling fans of water because it gets hot down here. And probably upstate, it's always cold, so it's always indoor. But here, when the weather gets nice and hot, people go tubing, we barbecue. There's a lot of open patio areas where you can just have a beer, water playing. I mean, the fan blowing, bands are playing, stuff like that. So it's a lot of outdoor venues here. So, but anyways, we went out last night. Tomorrow, let's go do something. And I gave her the choice: you want to go to a club dancing, or do you want to just go have a beer or something? Just me and her. And sometimes you just have to do that with your loved one and say, you know what, let's get out. Yeah, we're not with the crowd, and I guess I don't want to say I can be boring just alone, but when it's just two people and you've been with somebody for so long, sometimes things get mundane or they kind of slow down. The excitement of like, oh, I just met this person and they're wonderful and I can't wait to see them tomorrow. It kind of fades out. It changes, right? Over time, things change. And but now that we're older, the kids have moved out. It's just me and my wife. Sometimes you have to reinvent the love or the passion and remind yourself um, why you're together and reminisce on the past. We were talking about that when we got together because we had known each other for years, way before we actually officially got together, and I think that helped out. Um, we met in '01, got together in 2001. So almost like 10 years later. By then we were like friends. We knew each other, coworkers. So we had kind of built a relationship over time. So I feel like I've known her forever. She's known me forever. And the funny thing is, like, our families, the older generation, like her parents and grandparents, and my grandparents and great grandparents knew each other. Not related. They just knew each other from the small town that our elder family members grew up in. And so our older generation families know each other. Not this new generation, like her nieces, nephews, and mine, vice versa. That generation doesn't know those that new generation over there. Anyway, but we went out last night, had a couple beers, and we had a few laughs, and we were just talking about life and people that get together and they split up, and then um, we'll talk about that here, I guess. Let me read some comments real quick. Rome is like that. Love it last year. I always enjoy being outside under the stars. Yes, Midas. Oh, you're gonna love it, man. Where you go to next, Midas? Eating outside with fans, running, spray. Yes. But it's funny for all you that have been in relationships, past and current, and future ones that are yet to come. Um, it's funny when you know somebody that's not funny, but it's just it's oddball that when you know someone that's a family friend or family member that have been married or together for years, and then they break up, right? And then you think, man, what happened? How did they fall out of love? And then you start to think, man, I hope that doesn't happen to me. And so me and my wife were just kind of conversating. I said, I told her I would. Oop, hang on, guys. I don't know if I saw my coffee or not. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make sure nothing fell in there. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Thanks for being patient waiting. So, mm, hold on. Yeah. Let me know what you want to do. All right. Just talking to the wife here. So let's see. I always enjoy being outside. Yeah, and so one of the things that I was telling my wife, I said, God forbid, I hope nothing like that ever happens to me and you. And if it does, I wouldn't want you to stay with me if you felt that way towards someone else. But it's funny because I have family members that have separated, gotten back together, and I guess that my my message is that you know you can't measure love. You can't determine how you love someone or what you base love on uh, what someone else should be doing, right? Because I've seen all kind of shit. I've seen people get back together, and I'm thinking, why are you going back to your ex when he did X, Y, and Z to you, or he was cheating on you, or he beat you, or whatever, um, and he still does that. But that just goes to show me like the power of love that it has over some people, right or wrong. Whether you think, man, that's stupid, that's blind love, it's still love, right? There's no measuring cup um, that fits for everyone. So your cup may be this size, and somebody else may be that much, and somebody may be this much. But that's love, right? Love is blind. Uh, love conquers all, I guess. Meaning forgiveness, and I don't know. That's just that's just my 2 cents I wanted to say. Any plans for y'all out there? Any big plans today? It's Sunday here. Well, it's Sunday there too, but it's going to be sunny and nice all week through next week, mid 80s. So we're going to have some really nice weather over here. It's a little too hot for me. I like it in the 70s, but I live in Texas, so it is what it is. It's going to get hot. So um, I don't know. I'm turning it over to you guys. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to hear me blab about? About to hit the road to East Tennessee. All right, Insight, will you be safe out there? I'm going to be on here for another 10, 15 more minutes, depending on the crowd and what they want to hear. But you be safe out there, and watch you some Scotsman funny videos for the road. So anyway, the older you get, hopefully the wiser you get. Um, you know, gonna get motivated and get some shit done, chores and such. Well, that's good, Midas. Little baby steps, man. Little baby steps. I mean, I look at my yard, I think, man, I need to do that. I throw that away. I need to clean up over there. And it's just, and then some days you just want to get out and like, I just want to relax, man. It's Sunday. I don't want to do anything. I just want to relax. Uh, so, but you got to do a little bit. Usually, what I'll do is I'll get motivated and be like, honeydews. Yeah, exactly. I'll usually just find a little corner spot and say, okay, I'm going to knock that out today. And then if I'm up to it, if I'm usually when I get going, I'm like, okay, let me hit the other side. And then I'm like, okay, I look at the garage. I'm like, okay, I cleared out. I mean, it was a mess. And now it's a clear path, swept up the dust from the wood I chopped up. Um, and then I feel accomplished. Like, I know there's probably 5 other things that need to get done, but I did this much and I'm okay with it. I'm happy. So, let me check the message here. Probably going to shut this down here in a few minutes, guys, just so I can go inside and talk to the wife and see what our plan is for the day. But the message is haggling. Don't haggle too much. And if you're going to haggle, make sure you have cash, and love conquers all. So your love is going to be different for somebody else. And Midas, I know there's that unicorn out there waiting for you. And you know what I mean by that. Got to do it. Yeah, that's true, Midas. I don't envy people that are single. A lot of times you think, man, they get up and go over, but everything they do is by themselves. To get there and back, it's by yourself. Grocery shopping by yourself. Sleeping in bed by yourself. Cooking by yourself. And it's nice to spend your life and say, I have a partner to do some things with, to share these experiences with, and to be able to say, we're going to build a life together. And things happen along the way. People get sick and your partner passes on or moves on, or, your partner changes. And that's just part of life. There's no way to do a sure bet and say, hey, in order to have the perfect life, you do X, Y, and Z, and you follow this book and you won't have any problem. Then that's not living. As much as I like to take the safe path in life and do things the right way, shit still happens and things fall out of the sky and hit you over the head. But you do the best you can do. And my path is not going to be anyone else's path and vice versa. I see a lot of people that do things in life and they cut corners, or they don't, they try to go get their faster way. And I'm like, just pay your dues. Just do what you're supposed to do and shit won't happen. The other day I did a late night chat. LOL Red. I'll meet a girl when I'm not looking for one. I don't feel lonely, so when it happens, that's truth, Midas. I know. I'm just messing with you, brother. But shit happens, and like I said, the other day I was talking about a police officer kicking somebody in the head, and I always think about people that you see on video where they're like, people focus on the end of the event rather than what led up to it, right? Guys, police are chasing someone, they catch up to him. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to beat his ass, right? For making, like, you just made me run after you and chase you. And not that it makes it right, but when they catch up with you, they're going to give you a beating or they're going to tase you or something. And when somebody gets shot, tased, kicked in the head, whatever, it's wrong. But nobody really focuses or asks what led up to that. And the thing is that, people argue saying it doesn't matter if he was running from the cops. He shouldn't, that shouldn't have happened to him. But think about the chain of events. By him doing that, him or her doing that, led up to the end result. Meaning, if you'd have just stayed in your car, not taken off, not run from the cops when they stopped you on the street, and just the worst thing that could have happened at that point is you go to jail. You get arrested, you go to jail, you bail out the next day, whatever. That's it. You wouldn't have been kicked in the head. You wouldn't have been shot. You would have been tased. You wouldn't have killed someone along the way, whatever. All your actions lead up to that. Right or wrong, whatever happens at the end, what happens is going to happen, but it still can be avoided. You don't have to get kicked in the head or shot or tased if you just follow the rules, just follow the law. If the officer says, hey, get out of the car, get out of the car. Don't lip to the officer. Keep your hands on the wheel where they can see you. Don't say I have a gun. Don't run. Don't take off in the car. Don't do those things. And I always want to ask someone like, why'd you do that? Why? Why did you do that? And they're like, oh, because I had a warrant, or I didn't want to go to jail, or I had drugs on me. The worst thing that could happen to you is you go to jail and you get out. I mean, is that going to stop you from doing what you're going to do tomorrow, the next month? No, they're gonna do the same thing again. They're going to have drugs on them. They're going to rob somebody, whatever. But the worst thing that could happen to them is they go to jail. Now, some people might say, well, if they get shot and killed, good riddance of them. They're just a menace to society. If that's how you want to look at it, that's how you look at it. But the thing is don't run. Don't run from cops. It's never going to end right. When they got you, they got you. And if they don't got you in the beginning, they're going to get you. And it ain't going to be good news for you. So don't do the crime. You don't want to do the time. All right, guys, I'm going to finish up. Thanks for sticking around and visiting with me for almost 57 minutes. It's been a pleasure, and I'm going to get inside and see what my day holds for me. Have a blessed day. Red loves you. And until next time, Red October out.